had a choice in 1949, either you go in the Army for a couple of years or you go to school. So I decided to go to school at the last minute. I came up, met some people in Bridgeport, and they did offer to give me a basketball scholarship, which I might have attained from other schools that I might not have been able to get into. What it became in my era was a very popular era for people from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Boston to go to school. It wasn't the hardest school in the world, people who weren't great academics, but people who wanted to study. So I came up and I ended up meeting at the university my future wife. It was a very strong feeling. You knew everybody, including the president. The president was part of the university. He walked the campus, he was around. I think it had a decent reputation, and it was growing by leaps and bounds. Graduated in 1953, got married immediately, went into the Army for 2 years, came out of the Army. I went to NYU graduate school at night. I finished all my work towards a degree. I never ended up finishing the degree because my professor ended up working for me. I stayed in Connecticut. I never went back to New York again. I started looking for new products and new ideas, and that kept prompting me. I went from one thing to another, and now we probably have bought and sold 9 or 10 companies and built them up, and all successfully. My son runs the companies now.
Because I grew up in Easton, as I said, and Easton was rural and sort of the Hicks, and so Bridgeport was like the city. My dad would always talk about UB.
In the early 70s, when Leland Miles came here, who I did not know before, but we became very good friends, he asked me to be on the board. And I was on, I think, for 6 years, I think, I served on the board. But I always stand up for the University of Bridgeport.
He always loved the university. It gave him an opportunity in his life that was really special, and I think he never forgot that. And he gave back to it over the years, financially, but more importantly, being on the board and just being a good cheerleader for it. Not to say that he was disappointed at times, certain directions that they went.
The University of Bridgeport always meant to me, they gave me an opportunity at the right time in my life and changed my life forever. And I always wanted to do whatever I could to pay back. I'm certainly proud that I'm getting an award. I can't say that I earned it by anything except my feelings for the university. I did have a successful business career, there's no question about that. A lot of good luck and a lot being in the right place at the right time. But I must have done some things well along the way too, and I think I got the proper background from UB. I think background being a lot of confidence, which is mandatory if you're going to go out and you're going to buy companies and sell companies and build them up. It's not unlike what you people have to try to do at the University of Bridgeport. You're turning around a school to try to bring it back to the levels it was and beyond, and that's what I've done my whole life.